So pantomime, very popular with all the family, but it's very traditional, isn't it?
Yes, it is. It's traditional to everybody. But a lot of traditional pantos are like Jack and the Beanstalk, Babes in the Wood, Robin Hood, and all things like. But Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs isn't really traditional, but it's a very, very, very popular. People and the children love Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. They love Snow White. They like to dress up as Snow White. Also, they like the little Seven Dwarfs. They're all cute to them. So children, and in a way, we are act like children because we have to be nice, and you get the odd one, and the children because they think they're cute and little and nice. So they come to see Snow White because of that.
I mean, you have to make the story sort of fun because the actual storyline itself is quite nasty, isn't it?
Well, the original story is quite dark if you've read the books and stuff like that. But obviously in this one, we want the audience participation as well. So the more people get up, sing, dance, clap, cheer, boo when the Queen comes on, cheer when we come on, or vice versa, depending on how you're feeling on the day. That's the type of thing that we want. And the more noise people make in the parts that they should be, it boosts us as well, because we like to come out and perform and make everybody have a nice time. And if they do that, we know that they're having a nice time and everybody's getting on great.
And although it's aimed at children, you don't actually have to have children to come and enjoy it, do you?
No, you don't. Adults can come and be big kids as well if they want to be. Actually, pantomime's the best time to come and be a big kid when you're an adult, because it's the only time you can get away with it, I think, nowadays.
Brilliant. Now, I mean, you've been in all sorts of things over the years, haven't you?
Oh, yeah, we've done all types. Pantos, we've got some variety shows, comedy, and we've done TV work and films. And whatever, yeah. Whatever we call for, we go along. But not me now. I do little bits because I'm retired now. I did a lot with Peter Kay and I did Cannon and Ball, work with them and that. But the boys, they do it regular. They do Harry Potter's things and what else? All sorts of things. If you ask Craig, he'll tell you.
Okay, so tell us about some of the things you've been in that people will have seen.
Well, I was in the first and the last Harry Potter film. We do TV shows. It depends on what comes on through the year. You can never really plan it out. It comes up as and when. I've done Snow White abroad. I did it in Belgium one time, which was quite more musical than like the comedy clapping and all that type of show that we have over here for the pantomime. And that was quite dark, like the books were. And of course, we had to learn Flemish to do that. So that, as well as doing it abroad, we were learning a different language too. But that seemed to work out quite well. You do, like I said, the different films, TV. There's other stage work sometimes that comes up. So it's part of the job that you quite like it. It keeps it novel and it keeps it real, and the variety of the jobs that come in is quite nice.
So when you're preparing for a role like this in the pantomime, do you actually have to put a lot of thought into it? Does it come easy to you because you're used to playing this sort of role? Does the director say, I want you to do this, I want you to do that?
I think if you've done it numerous times like what we have, it's a little bit easier. But you always, the show, even though the show that you see generally is the same, there's always little tweaks and quirks of some things that are put in, some things that are taken out depending on the theatre that you're at and things like that. This is the new show for me. I haven't done this show before. So this is going to be completely different to the show I did last year. So that's going to be interesting. But yeah, and you get put in different parts as well sometimes. So it's always a little bit different.
If you like in Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, they all have different characters. One's sneezer, one's bashful, one's grumpy. But if you get whatever parts like that you're playing, you're inclined to think, well, I'm grumpy, I'm horrible, but nasty in a nice way. You wouldn't be really, really a villain to kill, but you'd do it in a funny way. So, if you were sneezing, you'd be sneezing. But you have to practice all that, and so it's character parts as well as. Plus, we sing and dance But Snow White, she gets killed with this poisoned apple. But I've done it in the Grimm's fairy tale where 3 times you kill her, but not in this panto. I did it in a Dutch version years ago, and there was a snake kills her, then there was a poisoned apple, then a dagger. When we found the dagger, and we had to learn it in Dutch and everything. It was really, but it wasn't a pantomime. That was a Grimm's fairy tale. It was very, very hard, that was.
So which dwarf are you playing this year?
Well, we're not sure yet because until first day we go, the director picks us out what what character we can play, then he will decide. But until then, we don't really know yet. So,
Have you got a preference? Have you got what
yeah, we all have preferences. We played them all, you see, whatever. But I usually stick to the one which is very funny and easy. Bit comedy. He's bashful, but he's called Twitcher, and he's always twitching. And the more excited he gets, the more he twitches in his dialogue. So that's what. Because we don't use the Walt Disney's names because it's copyright, you see. So we have to make our own names up here, which is like one of them is Sneezer. Sneezy will Sneezer. We'll slightly change it, and bashful will be grumpy, or whatever, blusher, or something like that. So that's how he does it. It's up to the director.
Now, you've played straight roles as well as comedy. People say comedy is actually harder to do. What do you think to that?
I think it's actually easier, depending if you can do it. I think comedy works a bit better. And like you were saying before with the parts, I'd like to play Dopey, I think, this year, which in the case we were saying about the names will probably be changed to Dozy, something along those lines, because that's quite a comic part, like Albert was saying about playing Bashful or Twitcher. So I think that'll be suitable for us, because if you're playing Doc or Captain, whatever the character would be for the leader, you have to be dead straight all the time. And you could guarantee that the six of us will be trying to make him laugh while he's on stage, whether he's making a straight part or not. So I think you've got your work cut out when you're doing that one, with all those lot looking at you.
It's a family gathering. All the actors and the actresses and the chorus boys and girls, we're all one big family and we just enjoy it. And if I think we're all enjoying it backstage and it comes over the footlights, the audience says, that company's enjoying it. And if that show is that, it really takes off then. They think they're enjoying themselves there, and it's surprising when they go out, say, what a good show that is. They're all enjoying it. But if it's, a bit bored and all that, it does go over the footlights and runs. But I think we've got a fantastic crew this year. But the stage boys, the boys backstage, everybody. The lighting, the sound, the director, the band. It's a lovely theatre, so I think it'll be a really good company, and it comes over very well.
So 30 seconds to sell the show to everybody that you want to come. What would you say?
It's a nice, enjoyable show that everybody can take part in. Everybody's going to have a really good time. Clap, cheer, you go on with a big smile on your face, I think. You have to boo when the Queen comes on. Don't boo when we come on. We're not that bad. You can boo if you like, but we'd prefer you not to. I think it's a good family traditional entertainment show that you'd want to come to get out the rain and the snow at winter time. Come and get warm at the Grand Theatre in Blackpool.
Yeah, and don't forget, if you see us out in the streets, shout "Hiya, good day" or whatever you're called. And don't be frightened to speak to us, because we're at the end of the day we're just like you lot.
Buy us a coffee if you like.
Yeah, you can buy. Yeah, okay.
Easy listening on wireless radio.